Update for 317. So today we got another bullish move, and very interesting that in the last video we laid out that 441, I think it's 11 or 441.16, somewhere in there, was the level that the bulls would need to break to completely erase all this and be bullish. And today it went to 441.07. So it didn't break it, and after hours futures are a little bit red. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. If it were to break, actually let's go over on the 15-minute time frame. You can see that this is a 1, 2, 3. Here you can see on the hourly better, I think, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is the fourth wave. If you go on to the 15-minute chart, you can see, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it appears that it could be done. I wouldn't expect that much upside on this, but you never know. The last couple of days have been kind of tricky. So they could keep on pumping it and break this, and we could just be done with the correction. It could be over with if they keep on moving it up higher tomorrow. So the scenario would be, if they do break this high, we would probably, that'd be a first wave, and this would kind of cancel out all this stuff. We would just be into a first wave, and then we'd probably pull back for a second wave somewhere around 430-ish, depending on how high they take it. And then the third wave would just take us to probably new all-time highs. So that's the scenario. I don't know which way to go right now. It could go either way. I'm still leaning bearish because they let it stop right below this high. And I'll show you one other thing on the 4-hour chart. Let's see. Well, they kind of broke that now. I was going to say, if you look at it like this with some, it looks like a falling wedge. Let's see if we still have that or not. I think it broke it today. I guess you can move it up. It did break it though, substantially. But last night that looked pretty good. We finished it right below it last night, but they broke it today, so you'd have to move this up. I guess it's still possible, but it's more than likely the assumption that this was a double 3 is the most likely right now if we're still bearish, because that would still let us come down here from 441 all the way down to 424, 5-wave move down here to about low 400s. And so that's still in play. I think that there's still a pretty good chance we're going to get that, because another thing that has been happening this week was it's SPY's ex-dividend date. And apparently all shorts cover before an ex-dividend date because they have to pay a fee if they don't. And so that's another thing. They had some incentive to cover as well. So maybe we'll start seeing some more pressure from shorts next week. I'm not expecting too much tomorrow. Maybe they bring it down to 435, 436 or something like that. I think the options chain was right around that for calls and puts would be a good max pain. But I'm not expecting like a huge move this week. They'll probably wait till next week if there is going to be one. But we'll have to just see if it breaks this level or not tomorrow. What else can I say about this? We're still below the 200 MA. We're at the 15, the 20 MA is still way below. And so it's still bearish. Until the 20 gets above the 200, we're still bearish. And so that also seems like a manipulated pump as well because of that factor as well. So I'm still leaning bearish. I didn't put on any positions today. I could have probably used the VIX to trade SPY and joined into this melt up and made a little bit of money, but I just didn't really like it that much, and it was such a low volume melt up. I'm not a big fan of that. I like the volatility a little bit better, and so I'm gonna wait and see. What I'm looking for me to get into short would be a move down for a first wave and then probably a second wave pullback, and I'd probably buy in right there and then play the third wave down here. That's what I'm looking for. If we break this, then same scenario. If we break this, this will be the first wave. I would probably go bullish on the second wave pullback. So kind of what I'm looking at. Yeah, there's not really that much more to say right now. It could have been a falling wedge, not a falling wedge anymore. Yeah, I'm playing SPXS a lot right now because with the VIX over 30, options are pretty substantially priced, or they were when I was playing puts. I mean, today they're a little bit lower. You can buy puts, but then again, you're just guessing where the top is, and I don't like to do that. So if we do get this move, I'll probably play SPXS for the majority of my position. I might do a little bit of puts, and if we get a melt up and we pull back, I would be more likely to buy calls if the VIX is pretty low. So that's kind of how I'm thinking about it right now. I'm still waiting to buy back into SPY or get my position even higher. If we go down to the low 400s, I'm going to put some more money in my long-term portfolio and buy SPY because I still think that there's a good chance we hit over 500 by the end of the year. So even if we move down here, I think we're still going to melt up. It's just, have we started the melt up now, or are we going to be, is it going to be a month from now? I don't think there's a crash anytime soon. Could be wrong, but I don't see it happening. One other thing to look at too, why I'm leaning bearish, is the VIX. I charted this earlier, and I use Elliott Wave for this too. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the VIX is just up and down. Like it's not a normal fourth wave. But if this plays out like I have it charted to, we have 1 here, 2, and then we would have 3 somewhere in here, 4, and then 5 way up here, 45 to 47. I don't think the volatility is done. We'll see though, and then you can look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, last time I looked at it, was extremely oversold. So we were at 26 RSI on the VIX for the 4-hour. And if you go back, the last time we were that low, volatility-wise, was, let's see, back here in October, when the VIX was at 16, we were that oversold. And it didn't really make that much progress, but then it led to a big pump. So, I don't know. I think we're going to see some volatility. All the signs are pointing to it. That melt up seemed kind of like manipulated, and we went from 415 to 441 in 3 days. So that kind of tells you something. I'm leaning bearish. We'll see what happens though. If we break that high of 441, then I am not bearish anymore. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to you soon.